Chassis and Chassiettes. It's the magician here, aka the Chief Chat Officer, aka the CEO of Clapham, otherwise known as Banter Claus. I hope this finds you well. I've just answered a number of your questions, and there was some fairly good banter in there. There was one question that was actually quite rude, but I think that might have been Payno's question. But yeah, I hope you enjoy my answers. Please check out our Christmas song. It's Christmas time. It's time to lash. It's 99p on Amazon. All the donations are going to Restart Rugby, a charity that is in really need of the funds. I hope you all have a great Christmas and see you soon, probably after Easter now. But have a good Christmas and a happy New Year. Love and champagne. Mwah. I guess the best way to date in tier 4 is use dating apps like Hinge and LinkedIn. You're just going to have to develop your online chat. Luckily, my C.H.A.T translates in real life and online. So just say, if you need any help with that, just DM me and I can send you details to my course, which is the AAA, Triple B, Triple C course, and that will improve your banter in real life and online for a reasonable price. Tough one. I would just say probably your chassis. You probably do more deals in the city with a good chassis rather than with a good lid. I mean, you can have a great lid, but have a very wobbly chassis, and that's not going to impress anyone. So say chassis first, lid second. Luckily, I've got both. No. I am the captain and social secretary of the Clapham Falcons. I've played in the 10 spot for the last 10 years. I'm called the magician for a reason. You know, I make things happen on and off the pitch. Bin juice is not for me. Thank you. Probably say that my background and personality is probably best suited to Ellis Genge. I think, you know, we're definitely cut from the same cloth. And you know, we've had a few DMs with each other, and you know, we both really respect each other's banter and the way we play. Well, the fridge's rig is in incredible nick. Actually, I have a photo of him in my bedroom, one that I cut out from Hello magazine when he was on holiday with Chloe. And yeah, he's just always in great shape. Someone I look up to in the rig area. Tinds' rig, to be fair, is pretty good. He's got a fairly good chassis. You know, he could still look good in the beach. So fair play to him. Payno's, on the other hand, Payno looks like someone who plays hockey, and that sort of sums up Payno's chassis. Interesting question. I'm guessing this guy must smoke a wacky backy. Probably just fight 10 ducks looking like Payno. I mean, I could have Payno in my sleep. I'm hoping that me and him arrange a charity bout and we end it once and for all. You know, I'll probably give him the old 1-2 and then uppercut. I was known at boarding school for being pretty good at fisticuffs. And actually on a night out, I've had some near incidents, but luckily I've got the old pitter patter and I managed to, you know, get my way out of it. So, you know, these are deadly weapons. Don't want to use them. I refuse to answer that question. I would rather eat stinging nettles than do either. Yeah, probably could now. I mean, I've got a lot of connections on LinkedIn. I'm a member of the NED, and I network the whole time. I'd probably do it for a fee, if I'm being honest. My advice would be to talk to your parents, because what I found when I was going to the city is I just asked, you know, my parents or, you know, family friends, and normally they just get you a job quite high up, and you just miss all like the crap, and that's the way you get a job in the city. Well, internationally, it's got to be dupes. I love a bit of dupes. If you haven't been, you've got to go to dupes for the brunches. They are just so money. But outside of Clapham in London, I would say the Ned. The Ned is a fantastic area to lash. It's got a number of restaurants and it's got a swimming pool on a roof. So pretty cool. To keep your rig in check, this tier 4, I'll just do as I am. You know, unfortunately, I won't be able to see my dad this Christmas. I haven't been able to see him all year. I actually haven't been able to speak to him due to him. He's worried that he actually might catch coronavirus from me down the phone. which is really sad. And that's really, he's my best mate. But what I'm doing, I'm actually spending Christmas alone. So what I'm doing is doing a Christmas Day fast. I'm just not eating. And hopefully what I'll see, the benefits of that will be incredible, because normally at Christmas I'm binge eating, I'm eating cheese, I'm drinking wine, but not for me. I'm waking up, I'll do a quick CrossFit, and then I'll be fasting all day. And mentally, that will improve me. But physically, on Boxing Day, I'll be looking really good. And to be fair, I'm not seeing anyone on Boxing Day, so I might even do a Boxing Day fast as well, and just see how I go. I might just fast as much as I can until I see someone, because by that time, my body fat percentage will be pretty good. And hopefully we're allowed out, and I can go to like Dupes and look unbelievable in a pair of pink striped swimming shorts. There were a lot of highlights. In fact, the whole year was one big highlight. I mean, being in Canary Wharf for a year in your gap year, you've just got no responsibilities. You are enjoying client lunches like you've never enjoyed client lunches before. I mean, if I'm being honest, my gap year in Canary Wharf was like one big silly season. But probably meeting my dad's friend, Rupert Stanley Whitfall, because he actually introduced me to where I currently work. And, Rupert has, luckily it's just kept me there. And that was the gap year. That's why I was there for the gap year, for connection. So probably meeting Rupert. But I mean, there were some pretty loose lunches, let me tell you. I didn't go to school with Payno. I think I'm significantly younger than Payno. But I'd imagine I wouldn't have hung out with him unless I would have taken up the sport of rowing. And I certainly wouldn't have done that in rugby. I was too busy playing spin the bottle in the summer to be doing rowing. But yeah, I don't think me and Payno probably would have been mates at school. I was, I was popular. And I guess Payno was popular, but probably more in an academic way, if you catch my drift. No, I do love a bit of bolly at Christmas, not going to lie. But I guess, this Christmas, because I'll be spending it alone, I probably will be, chassis wary. So I'll be probably sticking to the vodka lime and soda water. And my sort of tip for anyone out there who's sort of carrying a bit of weight and sort of delving into the cheese, stop the red wine, stop the champers, and just hit that vodka lime and soda water. You will notice the benefits. Yeah, there is some truth in that, but unfortunately, like I've said at the beginning of the year, I signed a 4+1 with the Clapham Falcons, and to get me to move to Glasgow, they'd have to move bloody Infernos there, and I don't think that's going to happen. 100%. I'd love to come in to the camp and show the boys, what I can do. I think the difference between me and the current fly halves that play there, 40 and Faz, is firstly, I've got, C.H.A.T chat. I'm a bit of fun. I'm like Danny Cipriani, but with a sense of humor. And I think, that kind of player in the England team now would be dangerous. I'd be playing on the line. I'd be bringing people into the game. I think the boys would love it. Morale-wise, I think they would enjoy someone speaking properly than listening to sort of the dull tones of Owen Farrell. So yeah, I'm hoping that EJ, that's what I call Eddie Jones, is going to give me the opportunity, because I think, Jonesy would probably benefit as well for having me around, because I think he is still learning, and I would be able to show him how, I do my business and why they call me the magician. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. When I finished up here with the Clapham Falcons, I could go to US. It all depends really on one thing, and it's money. It's like my dad said, you can only get happiness if you make the right amount of money. Yeah, my BD tip is to have regular power hours. I find, melting the phones from 10 to 11 in the morning, from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just trying to get through to clients really helps my focus. And also just having the right tone in your voice. I mean, I find when I speak to people on the phone or I send emails, I always say, are you well? I hope you're well. I hope things are going well. Saying you're well is just a strong business terminology, and they know you mean business. Yeah, Yeah, I couldn't have put it better. Yeah, I think Farrell knew. And look, the offer's there. Farrell, if you're watching this, if once you're retired, you're going to have to think about what's next. And I can definitely help you with work experience and, more importantly, your CV. So just DM me. I'm more than happy to come to. Let's meet in Clapham. It's probably safer. You come to Clapham. It will help you really. Yeah, that's a really good question. If I could, but I don't know if you can, I'd probably do like my dad, because I know absolutely everything about my dad. He's like my best mate. But if I couldn't do my dad, I'd probably do the history of the Ned, because again, I know absolutely everything. There's not one thing I don't know about the Ned. I know every nook and cranny in there. I mean, it's a big job, and you'd have to go to someone with real experience in pitter patter. And so I guess the best person for it would be me, to go in there and tell them what's what. You ask a lot of the Clapham Falcons, my team speeches are unbelievable. I've made people cry on quite a regular basis because how inspirational I am. Although one guy did say it was just because it was so repetitive that I'd actually broken him down, but I don't think he got it. I don't think he got the whole. In fact, he left halfway through the season, and I don't know what's happened to him. But yeah, I'd just go in there and sort them out. I'm probably the man for the job, to let them know, what's going on out there in the world. They don't know what's happening at grassroots, and I think that's where I would probably come in and play a big part in it.